Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Psychically Speaking. If you're a regular listener, thank you for being such an important part of this journey with me. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way here. This is the podcast where intuition meets real life truth with just the right dash of sass. I'm your host, Lisa Ann. Together, we'll explore, learn, and grow through meaningful moments and fresh perspectives. Today, I want to share a story that's simple, powerful, and a great reminder to all of us about what really matters in life. I want to send out a very special thank you to Marjorie G for sending this to me. It touched my heart the moment I read it, and I knew I had to share it with all of you. So get comfy, take a deep breath, and let this story sink in. When things in your life seem almost too much to handle, when 24 hours in a day are not enough, remember the mayonnaise jar and the 2 glasses of wine. A professor stood before his philosophy class and had some items in front of him. When the class began wordlessly, he picked up a very large and empty mayonnaise jar and proceeded to fill it with golf balls. He then asked the class if the jar was full. They agreed it was. The professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly, and the pebbles rolled into the open spaces between the golf balls. He then asked the students if the jar was full. They agreed it was. Next, the professor picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. Of course, the sand then filled up everything else. He asked once more if the jar was full. The students responded unanimously, yes. The professor then produced 2 glasses of wine from under the table and poured the wine into the jar, effectively filling the empty spaces between the stand. The students laughed. Now, said the professor, as the laughter subsided, I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. The golf balls are the important things. Your family, your children, your health, your friends, your favorite passions. All the things that if everything else was lost and they remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles, on the other hand, are the other things that matter, like your job, your house, and your car. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. If you put the sand into the jar first, there would be no room for the golf balls or for the pebbles. The same goes for life. If you spend all of your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are important to you. Pay attention to the things that are critical to your happiness. Play with your children. Take time to get those medical checkups. Take your partner out to dinner. Play another 18 holes of golf. Do one more rundown on the ski slope. There will always be time to clean the house and fix the disposal. Take care of the golf balls first, the things that really matter. Set your priorities. Remember, the rest is just sand. One of the students raised their hand and asked, "What does the wine represent?" The professor smiled and said, "I'm glad you asked. It just goes to show you that no matter how full your life may seem, there's always room for a couple of glasses of wine with a friend." This one is called 2 glasses of wine. Isn't that such a beautiful reminder? Life is always going to throw sand at us, the little stuff that fills up our days and demands our attention. But the truth is, it's the golf balls, the family, the friends, the health, the passions that truly make our lives rich and full. And I love that last line. No matter how busy or overwhelming life may feel, there's always room for 2 glasses of wine, or tea, or coffee, or hot chocolate, or sparkling water, whatever makes your heart happy. But there's always room for those 2 glasses with a friend. Connection is what keeps us grounded and joyful. So here's my challenge for you this week. Pick one golf ball in your life and give it your full attention. Maybe that means putting your phone away and really playing with your kids. Or maybe it's calling a friend you haven't connected with in a while. Or maybe it's doing something that makes you feel alive. And bonus points, make that space for that glass of wine moment. Sit with someone you love, share a laugh, and fill your jar with what matters the most. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone you care about, because sometimes the simplest reminders are the ones we need the most. So thank you again to Marjorie G for taking the time to share this wonderful story with me so that I could in turn share it with all of you. Thank you for joining me today on Psychically Speaking. If you love this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration. And remember to join me for my free weekly Psychically Speaking Live held via Zoom. For more information, visit spiritquestnc.com. Until next time, take care of your golf balls first, and don't forget to save room for those 2 glasses of wine.